Well, hello. Oh, let me just close the cupboard. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, my little rebel crew of awesomeness. Now, I just wanted to make sure that you can hear me. Yeah, you won't be able to hear me. You won't even be able to hear me. I wonder if you can hear me now. I wonder if you can hear me now. Let's turn that on. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope I don't have to do, hey Amanda, do I have to do that annoying thing where I've got to hop off and hop back on? That's going to be really, really very irritating. Oh, hi. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. Okay, thanks, Amanda. I have my Bluetooth connected to my what are they? Things, earpods connected to the computer because I was doing a Zoom call earlier today, and sometimes it's weird. Like it was showing that it was connected on my phone, and then it was showing it was connected on my computer. I don't understand. So anyway. Let's see how this goes. I don't know how it's already 11 o'clock. I don't know how it's already coffee run time. I have been to the gym. We've done the things. We've done our 6 o'clock call. Feeling really strong. I've got a smoothie. So we are rocking it out today. And to be honest with you, I didn't really have I don't actually have a topic prepared for you guys today. We're going into office hours for the Business Badassery Mastermind, which is happening in about an hour. And I'm just going to make that all open for open season. So I haven't really got anything new and groundbreaking for you. So I suppose this is really interesting. I mean, not that it always has to be new and groundbreaking, right? And I guess this is a bit of a reminder for you guys that even when you feel like maybe you don't have anything to say, we can talk for 5 minutes about the fact. Hey Kim, how are you? Talk about the fact that maybe you don't have anything to say, and that can become your content. And the other thing that happens is that, these different ideas will come and things will start to flow through. So I guess for me, the way that I do this is I journal, and I have journaled today, and I've actually, it's really interesting. And I suppose this is a lesson in trust. Okay. So everything that we talk about today is going to be about trust. Trust that when you turn the camera on, the things that what you have to say will come out. Whatever the message is will come out, and it can feel a little at the start, particularly when the earphones aren't connected and therefore the microphone's not connected. But what's really interesting, so coming off the back of the national tour, one of the things that I always find really hard, challenging, maybe not hard, challenging is certainly a word, but after I've been with people, my people, not my family, they're a different type of people, but my work people, you guys. After I've been with you guys for a protracted period of time, so 2 to 3 days, I usually find the reintegration back into normal life kind of challenging. I imagine it's a little bit like this come down, right? Where, we've been immersed. You've got this constant flow, actually. It's not even a constant flow of anything, but just constant flow of working in your zone of genius all day, every day. And then to land back home, it's this kind of really interesting, it's always a really interesting reintegration. And I don't necessarily know the way to mitigate that, other than I generally get straight back into doing whatever it is that I'm doing. So I like getting home through the week, actually, and then going the next day, just going straight into work and then really riding off that momentum wave. So that's just a little bit of an insight for you. But I guess the other thing that's kind of happened over this last week since I've been home, one of my daughters, my second daughter, has been fighting a bit of a cold and things like that. And I don't actually get sick. Right? I've got this rule that I just don't get sick. And I haven't had a cold in, I don't even know how many years. It's been literally, I don't know, years. I can't even remember the last time I had a cold. So yesterday I woke up And I was feeling like, when you're fighting a cold, like, so there's no symptoms of cold, but you kind of just feel a little bit funky, like behind your nose and behind your eyes and stuff like that. It was a little like, ugh. I felt like I was wading through quicksand a little bit yesterday. It was really kind of weird. And so one of the things that I wrote in my journal yesterday was, it's like a really weird day. It must be the come down and withdrawals from being in the room with you guys and having that, having that constant fun and flow of me being able to really kind of do the thing. And so what that led to, so I journaled around all of that. And it's like, well, you know what, like I actually know what's going on. Like I'm not going to go and, push up against it. It's just, I know what's happening. This is pretty normal. This is not the first, it's not the first rodeo. Like I know that this stuff happens, but it was kind of like a really interesting slap across the face, I suppose, of awareness this time around. And probably because I've said to a few of you that the national tour is one of the easiest things that I've literally ever done. It was so easy. It was so easy, like from a logistical perspective, getting people, like talking to people, helping people in the room. It was just the most amazing thing. And consequently, I did launch the dates for May next year because I'm like, well, shit, this can't just be like a one-off thing. Like, let's do this again. It has to be done again. So launched that out, which is really fun. But as I was sort of journaling yesterday, I've gone, okay, so I feel a little bit scattered. So what can I do? And I think this is the thing that we've got to get really clear on, right? And allowing this space for the magic to actually really work. Because that's kind of what I feel like intuition is. It's what I feel like this almost like this otherworldly divine guidance, if you will, that with the message of what it is that's supposed to kind of come through. Hey, Melanie, the thing that happens is when we create the space and we've got trust and faith, that's the thing that allows the magic to flow. So yesterday I've gone like, okay, so what can I do? What am I going to do? I'm running a free webinar training next week. So I've written out, okay, I've got like, well, what can I say about the webinar? And I've just gone like, bang, 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 bang. I've just got like all of these ideas and it was like, yeah, okay, this is amazing. And that got me through to like last night. And then this morning I've gone, okay, so like, what can we do today? Again, what can you do? So what I feel like I've had a bit of a morning and gone to the gym and I actually increased the weights in some of the things that I would normally do. I'm just like, yeah, we're just going to push. Let's see how I can get to. Let's see what I can go, how far I can go with the increased weights. And for the most part, I made it through. But I guess like the other piece was like, well, how can I find this extra 20%, that I've spoken with you about before? How can I, what can I do? How can I make it work? And I've gone, all right, well, what could I actually deliver? Because I'm going on holidays for the first time ever where I'm not going to be contactable by clients. It's going to be, how's this for a really interesting lesson, you guys? So I've been doing this business for 10 years, right? Running this business for 10 years, been running out, like I was in corporate for 12 years before that, always available, always answering all of the things. And this year I've decided, quite last minute, actually my husband decided, quite last minute that we were going to go away, and where it's like right at the end of December. So it's like from the 17th of December or something. And I'm not going to be contactable. I might do a live or whatever, but like I'm not coaching throughout this particular period. And I've never, ever, ever, ever done that. And I think what's really interesting, and I don't want you to model, like I want you to model the boundary and make sure you take holidays and don't be contactable, right? But one of the things that I've been thinking about is like, this has always been this long going habit of mine where I always felt like I had to be available all of the time. So I'm very, very clear these days where I don't work I don't work after 5, I don't work weekends unless I'm running events. I'm pretty clear around the boundaries around that, but still I'd felt like I really had to be available, like each week throughout the whole year. And so I guess like I think what also happened is like I've got this holiday kind of looming, right? And I'm really excited. I'm a little tired now at this time of year off the back of all the things that we've just done in this last couple of months. And whilst it's really exciting, I've also gone like, oh my God, there's like not very many weeks to go. So, what can I do? How can I help people before I go away? And what that got me to thinking was, well, what can I do? What can I talk about? What could I teach? What could I offer? And, how could I do that? And I just started brainstorming all of these things. And as happens, it always happens. And if you guys don't use this process, you really should use this process, like this journaling process to come up with your program ideas, your offer ideas and things like that. I came up with this program like just out of the blue. I've just gone, I could do a program called Launch It, which is a course on how to launch your online program. And I was like, bang. And then like, what can I teach them? What can I teach? And then all of a sudden, it was like the feeling of the cold had disappeared. The feeling of any kind of constriction disappeared. The feeling of, oh my gosh, like when am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? There's not many weeks until I go, blah, 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 blah. I just go, well, I can do this. I can do it as a 5-day thing. It's just like bang, 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 bang. So I think like if you've ever felt kind of flat, deflated, kind of limp and like like a shadow of your normal vibrant self, right? Like normally, and I know that you're probably very similar to me, where you're generally you're very vibrant, you're very energetic, you're very excited about what it is that you're doing. Journaling is a really, really powerful way for you to be able to really capture kind of like how you're feeling, but then also to turn that limp, deflated, wet towel kind of version of you into something back into the normal you, that normal, vibrant, magnetic, engaging, glowing version of you, right? So that's one thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do that I actually think is really important, and I was really reminded of this while I was away. So I would get up early. I was still up at 5 o'clock most days while I was away, and then so I'm up at 5. I'm doing my thing, and then getting organized and ready, and getting quite glammed up and ready for the tour, right? So for the event day, feeling $1 million, I was just feeling on fire. I felt healthy. I felt energized. I felt gorgeous. I felt amazing. And since coming home, I noticed that one of the things that I'll often do is like I'll go to the gym and I'll come home and I kind of fluff around, and I don't get as dressed or feel as fabulous and amazing as what I did when I was away. So it's like, if we want to create the space for magic, right? Yeah, we can trust and we've got to have the belief, but there's other things that you can do to actually activate that magic as well. And feeling really good in you is in how you feel, in how you're being, and in how you look. Like it's all part of this whole package. Then that's a really easy, or it can be a really easy shortcut into you being able to do what it is that you want to be able to do. So, and communicate the message that you need to get out. And really, like I said at the start, everything is really about trusting that these little tips, hints, tricks, hacks are actually going to help you to do more of the work that you're here to do, and help you to actually get this stuff out there, right? Because if you're going to go and launch a new program, or if you're going to go and talk to people, if you're going to go and do anything, then you've got it. Number one, the thing that people will resonate with is they feel how you feel. Right? So if you're excited, if you're connected, if you're engaged, if you're loving what it is that you're doing, if you're feeling fucking amazing in your own skin, then you guys, then they will feel it, right? So you guys feel it, because I show up slightly differently. Whereas if I brought up in my gym gear today, like I felt like I was the biggest mismatched person on the face of the planet. It was fucking hilarious. I felt bleh. I had a pair of camo shorts on, I had a grey shirt on, I had my black sneakers on. I'm like, this outfit is really not working for me, but I swallowed it and went anyway. And I guess where I'm going with that, like if you don't feel right, if you're feeling disconnected, then your people can feel it. And it might not be a conscious thing, right? They're not necessarily sitting there going, oh, wow, like you look like you're just feeling a little bit disconnected today. Or that they're not going to be sitting there thinking like, this person's just a little bit off. Another example, like if you're showing up and you're feeling like it's really forced, right? So I kind of like the forced feeling that I get, and I've had this happen a few weeks ago, where I was supposed to run a webinar I did a live stream. There was some stuff, I think must have been some stuff that had happened in that morning. And it was just, I wasn't feeling it. And it's really rare. Like I haven't felt like that for, I don't know, like a year or more. And one of the things that I did is like, well, you know what? I am the person that shows up. I am quite possibly one of the grittiest people that I know. You know, if I commit to something, I will do something. And if I know that I've committed to you guys that I'm going to be on a live at 11, then come hell or high water, I will be on a live at 11 or thereabouts, unless I'm on tour and then it happens first thing because I'm with the people. So one of the things for me, the way that it will feel forced is I kind of feel like, I know that there's a thing about, you know, speaking really from your heart and connecting from that way. But I guess it's almost like I was like, this happened a couple of weeks ago, where I felt like I was almost really like, kind of like pushing up against a brick wall. It felt really forced. My throat actually started to hurt. I started running a webinar and we had a Wi-Fi connection issue. And I was just like, thank fuck. Because it felt like almost like here, it was just like such a forced message and such a forced delivery, even though I love what I do and I was passionate about it, you know, and everything else. If it feels forced, then that's not going to allow those good juices to go. And you're actually better off on the days, regardless of the fact that I'll say like, you guys need to show up every single day. You need to share your message. You need to do this. Do your journaling so that you can get yourself into the state, or do something where you feel like you can get into the state of really being able to communicate from a place of flow, right? From a place of the message coming through you rather than you feeling like you have to force it, because your people can feel it and that creates that disconnection. So trust is a big whole thing for today in our coffee run. So I am going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to go and have a chat to a beautiful woman who I haven't spoken to for a few months and see where she is up to. And then we've got office hours for the Business Badassery Mastermind. And my afternoon today is getting this stuff together for the Launch It program. So Launch It is, just so that you know, to be a 5-day deep dive into the program that's going to teach you go to woe, how you can transition from kind of like if you're working at the moment one-on-one, how you can transition to more of a one-to-few or a one-to-many model using online programs and things like that. So I'm actually going to be building all of that out today, not writing the program, but building out the marketing today and everything. It's going to be really great. So how to work out what you deliver, who you want in it, how you'll find them, sales pages, webinars, how you price it, the different delivery options, your marketing timelines, ads, should you, shouldn't you, how to do them if you decide to, the launch timeline, making sure that everyone's modalities are taken care of, and how to create a bit of theater and experience in what it is that you're doing. So it's going to be fucking badass. So I will be very excited to share that with you tomorrow, because I'm going to go and build out all the infrastructure today. So that will be a whole load of fun. I hope you are making sure that you are getting yourself out there today, that you are going out there and you are helping a whole bunch of people. My name is Nicola Rouse, and you can tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the Coffee Run Live, where we'll be talking about all things visibility naturally. So get out there, go help some people, have an amazing fucking day doing it, and remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness. I'll talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Bye.